All right, welcome to The Explainer. Today, we are diving into a story that could literally reshape the entire world of AI. Get this, Apple might be turning to its biggest rival, Google, to give Siri a complete brain transplant. Let's break down what's going on and why this is such a huge deal.
I mean, let's be honest, we've all been there, right? You ask Siri something you think is pretty simple, and you just get nothing. For years, it's felt like Apple's assistant has been kind of left in the dust. Well, that might be about to change in a way that almost nobody saw coming.
And here's the bombshell. According to a massive report from Bloomberg, Apple is in active talks with Google to license its Gemini AI model and build it right into the iPhone. This is wild. We are talking about two of the biggest competitors on the planet potentially joining forces on what is arguably the most important technology of our lifetime.
So right away, this begs a huge question. Why on earth would Apple, a company famous for its walled garden, for doing everything themselves, even think about partnering with a rival? Well, it turns out the answer is a combination of some internal problems and just pure, simple pragmatism.
Okay, so first, and this is probably the biggest reason, Apple's own efforts to supercharge Siri have reportedly stalled out. Sources are literally calling the internal project a dead end. So that feeling you might have that Siri is stuck in the past? Yeah, it seems Apple might feel the exact same way. And that creates a really urgent need for a solution that can compete, like right now.
And if you're thinking, there's no way, these two companies would never make a deal like this, well, there is a very powerful precedent. This number, $20 billion, is roughly what Google pays Apple every single year just to be the default search engine on the iPhone. It just proves that when the money's right, even the biggest rivals can become pretty good friends.
All of this has led to what's being called an internal bake-off. Apple is literally pitting its own homegrown AI model against a version that's powered by an outside partner. It's a head-to-head showdown to see who's really better. And, the fact that this is even happening tells you everything you need to know about the position Apple is in.
So how did the rest of the tech world take this news? As you can imagine, it sent absolute shockwaves through the industry. The reactions were all over the place, from people saying Apple is just giving up to others predicting total, complete domination.
On one side, you have the really cynical take, which is summed up perfectly here. This view basically sees the deal as Apple waving a white flag, a sign that one of the richest companies in the world has simply surrendered in the AI race.
Then you have others who are just baffled strategically. As Jeffrey Emanuel puts it, it just seems crazy that Apple would willingly give up a leadership role in what is easily the most transformative tech we've seen in decades. Why would they just hand over that kind of power? But then you have the complete opposite reaction. This idea that if the deal happens, it's just game over. I mean, think about it. The combination of Google's incredibly advanced AI running on billions of Apple devices would create this unstoppable force, collecting data and learning at a scale that no one else could possibly compete with.
And that idea brings us to the bigger picture. Because this potential partnership, it isn't just about making Siri a little less frustrating. It's about creating an alliance that could define the entire next era of technology. Some analysts are predicting this could create a brand new duopoly, just like the historic Wintel partnership, that's Microsoft's software running on Intel's chips, that absolutely dominated the PC market for decades. An Apple-Google AI team-up could be just as powerful and just as impossible for anyone else to break into.
And the ripple effects of a duopoly like that would be massive. For competitors like OpenAI, it can mean getting locked out of Apple's entire ecosystem. For rivals like Mark Zuckerberg at Meta, it would be like hitting a brick wall that's almost impossible to climb over. This one deal could set the stage for who wins the next decade of tech, from AI-powered glasses all the way to consumer robotics.
So why does all this matter so much? What is the real prize here? Well, it's not just a better chatbot. The end goal is something called agentic AI, an AI that doesn't just answer your questions, but actually completes tasks for you in the real world. It's an agent that acts on your behalf. And make no mistake, Google is already well on its way here. Their AI is rolling out across the world with features that do exactly this, starting with things like booking your dinner reservations for you. The goal is crystal clear. Turn search into a personal agent. That is the future they're building.
But this whole potential Apple-Google alliance, it's not happening in a bubble. It is a massive strategic move on a much, much bigger chessboard. The AI wars are heating up fast, and every single tech giant is fighting for position.
I mean, just take a look at this lawsuit from Elon Musk. He's suing both Apple and OpenAI over their own partnership, accusing them of anti-competitive behavior that favors ChatGPT in the App Store. It just goes to show you that these alliances are the new battleground, and tensions are already starting to boil over.
Which brings us to this final, really critical question. Is an Apple-Google alliance the move that creates an unchallengeable duopoly, effectively ending the race before it really begins? Or is it the exact opposite? Is this the one move that's so big, so bold, that it officially kicks off the next great tech war for the future of AI? We'll have to wait and see.